Is he still the
Marcos
ambassador now?
is no longer. We have a new lady ambassador.
Okay, lady.
Ambassador Sayija Norminen, and she is a very established diplomat with years of experience in the diplomatic world and has worked in different countries as well. So the reopening of both the embassies of Finland here in the Philippines will be followed by the opening of an embassy this year, I think, or are they already open? I think it will be opened this year. This is the embassy in Helsinki, Philippine Embassy in Helsinki. So, nandun na po tayo. Finland opened its main embassy here, and it's located in BGC. At the fort, and then you have two honorary consulates supporting that. The first one being in Cebu, headed by my counterpart, Honorary Consul Franco Soberano, and on representing Davao or in Mindanao is yours truly. So we have a very good presence covering
that's
the
too
entire Philippines, no? So
that brings me to my next question, Consul Tony. What's the interest of Finland naman in opening up two honorary consulates, lalo na sa inyo sa Davao and Cebu?
When honorary consulates are opened, it is with the sole purpose of really looking at the kind of opportunities, economic opportunities that can benefit both Finland and the Philippines, no? So as in this case, the benefits are really very good for the Philippines. Finland established itself as a leader in education. And they are currently #1 in the whole world.
Oh,
yes,
really?
And
not Germany, not Austria.
No. Finland. Finland has the leadership at this time for that. Their education system there is very much, it's really more of an approach of why didn't we think of this before?
Ba't ngayon lang natin nalalaman?
There's not much...
no publicity, maybe no...
It's not, I guess their way of looking at education, how it can benefit the student, or how that student who now will become an adult can contribute to society. So that's why there is really a very good result, as you can see from the number of innovations that Finland has contributed to the world economy.
Because I remember very quickly, Erasmus, this is a project by EU, European Union, and interviewed them a lot of times. In fact, they just had an exhibit for inviting all walks of life, all those who are higher education to Consul Tony. So, Finland, parang hindi masyadong i-promote.
Okay, well,
but Portugal, Spain,
Finland of late has sent a delegation of educators here to the Philippines. I was in one of those sessions that they had, and it was quite an interesting session because they showed interest in really pursuing partnerships here. Now, their partner in making this happen is the European Chamber of Commerce of the Philippines. And ECCP, because of its very strong presence among schools, not only in Manila but also in Cebu and Mindanao, has engaged the Erasmus Mundus. As a matter of fact, one of our members, the Holy Cross Davao College, they were appointed by the Erasmus Mundus as the hub
good. That's
for
good
Mindanao.
To hear. Okay.
And what prompted that was about 3 years ago, before the consulates were opened, we in the European Chamber of Commerce, because I also represent the European Chamber of Commerce as their chairman for the Southern Mindanao Business Council.
Wow, that's a huge responsibility.
I saw also the need to partner our schools with schools in Europe. And
And
when
you thought of
Finland came around and I became the honorary consul for Finland, the first thing I really looked at were really the educational programs they had. And we already have
Did you
some
discover?
discussions along the way. We have triggered some interest now among schools in Mindanao that have shown interest in pursuing such partnerships. Now, the Education Advocacy Committee of the European Chamber
Yeah.
is premised on operating on 4 or 5 areas, and that's
What are these?
student exchange programs,
Meron silang
then visiting professor programs, joint research undertakings, cultural and sports exchange. So these are the main areas of cooperation that we see
visiting prof.
that can benefit schools,
Right.
that can benefit our students here with that kind of a different perspective.
menu, yeah.
So,
What do you mean by visiting professors?
visiting professors, they will be exchanging
teachers
professors here who will be teaching also there.
Wow.
And they will be teaching also here, I mean, on
That's cool.
subjects of common interest, like, you know, general management is one, or computer science is one,
Right.
if needed be, or we can get into the biological sciences, and they're very much advanced in that regard.
Yan, galing.
So
Matututunan natin
there are a lot of things that I really can see, and what really prompted us to really look at the Erasmus Mundus program was the availability of scholarships to Philippine schools,
Yeah.
which again I was hoping na at least man lang umabot yan ng mga 50%, but when I last reviewed, it was less than 50%. So that's where I saw
work on it.
that this could perhaps a better way would be to re-echo what is being mentioned here in Manila to the provinces.
Right.
And perhaps there are other
Spread
provincial
natin
institutions that may take interest.
Why
in
not?
this.
Maybe
So, yes.
Ateneo, maybe other
Yes,
universities.
there are already, as a matter of fact, the membership of the Education Advocacy Committee in Davao has really grown a lot with the bigger schools
and
coming in. Yes. And we engage them, and hopefully this year we will have
Increase,
there's that very important educational you know, it's basically an event that the Erasmus Mundus
That will be
supports,
promote. Yeah.
which is a educational fair that they
Yeah.
intend to hold also in Davao.
Good.
So that, I believe, will attract a lot of
Other-
people or schools that are interested in European programs.
Right. And the exchange student consulting. So that's the basic exchange of the one that you said that are like 5 that you were interested
Yes.
in. So we have the visiting professors, we have the joint
Joint research.
research.
Yung joint research naman is a research endeavor involving 2 entities, our local schools here and a school out in Finland or in Europe, and they would be undertaking this research perhaps on topics of mutual interest. And one of those could be the impact of climate change on agriculture.
Yes.
Because these are serious challenges. The Philippines is now number 1 as the most threatened
Issue.
country.
Right.
According to the Asian Development Bank,
Really now.
we rank number 1 as the most vulnerable country in the world. Because if you look at the map, you can see that the Philippines faces the Pacific Ocean. We are like a buffer between Vietnam and the Pacific Ocean, between Malaysia and the Pacific Ocean, and parts of Indonesia. No? So,
Tayo yung
dito
pwede
talaga ang tama ng
apektado.
typhoons, no?
Right.
Even to a certain extent, even China. No? So, we're like a buffer, a natural buffer, so to speak.
So how have we somehow progressed in you're saying joint research?
The joint research will take time. There have been discussions, but I'm not at
Yet, at least
liberty to say that because this is
Ongoing.
still kept confidential. I believe that will be made public in due time.
Yeah.
But it's so far from what I understand, it's been an interesting discussions that
It
we
has
have.
to be addressed actually now
Yeah,
that you brought
because-
it up. Nako, there's no other time. Let's not delay it. Let's not procrastinate it. I think this is the best time.
Yes, because for others that don't believe in climate change, especially for people who don't think it's really real,
Serious.
all you have to do is to look at the lives of people in the coastal communities, and you can see
Wiped out.
that it has already affected fish production. It has already affected
folks.
even your marine life in these coastal areas. No?
Right. All
which
dead.
used to be rich and diverse
Wala.
is now becoming
Sad.
a
It's
very
so sad.
difficult place where
Very
there's so much lower productivity. No?
At saka wiped out eh. You wouldn't
Yes.
believe it. Wow, the corals, the reefs and all nawala. Now, moving on to the cultural and sports. What are you looking at?
Oh, cultural and sports.
Arts and
Of
culture,
one,
sports.
Still basketball is still the most popular sport in
Yeah,
this.
in the Philippines.
The Philippines. Finland is one of the top performers of the Euro League basketball sports. Some of their players have landed already in the National Basketball Association. If that's any measure of the kind of interest. But again, as I say,
Matatangkad ba sila ang
very,
Finnish?
you know,
Like,
the players
how tall are
are
you?
about 7 feet and 6 feet.
Okay, so matatangkad.
Yeah.
You're only 6 and then sila 7.
Oh yes, you know, when you go there, it's
Kaya?
like parang land of the giants.
Ay, ganun. So may palo. Ibig sabihin, may laban naman tayo. Philippines.
Well,
Tangkad natin.
there are other sports that we can excel.
Okay, like what?
Boxing is one.
Okay, yeah. Our Manny Pacquiao.
Then we have, you have Manny Pacquiao who's reigning champion in different classes.
Yeah. Title
Also, it
holders.
comes to billiards, it comes to golf.
Oh, okay.
All of these that do not require the height, where you know we are starting off with a big disadvantage with that.
Oh, wow. So ayan, those who are like interested to try and check it out in Finland, how to play basketball or other sports, there you are. You'll get it straight from our honorary consul to Finland, no less than Sir Consul Tony Peralta. Next question is there a strong parang Finnish presence in the Philippines?
Well-
Before you answer that, we have to pause for a quick break.
Si Miss Loli Acosta, Sulong na Bayan sa DWIZ 882. Panatilihing masaya ang paglilibang. Magtakda na oras at limitahan ang gastos sa paglalaro. Huwag magsugal kung nalulungkot. Huwag hayaang makasira ng buhay at pamilya. Para sa impormasyon ukol sa responsible gaming, tumawag lamang sa hotline number 02-8404-0171 o bisitahin ang www.casinofilipino.ph. Isang mensahe mula sa PAGCOR. Gambling is for 21 years old and above only. Keep it fun. Game responsibly.
Adik ka na ba sa sugal? Lagi ka bang nakakaramdam na matinding udyok na magsugal? Laging gigil na makabawi sa pagkatalo? Naglalaan ka ba ng mas malaking oras at salapi para sa sugal sa halip na para sa pamilya? Nababaon ka na ba sa utang at nagbebenta ng mga ari-arian dahil sa pagsusugal? Kung kailangan mo ng tulong o maging ang isang mahal mo sa buhay, may mga programa ang Philippine Amusement and Gaming Corporation o PAGCOR tulad ng Player Exclusion Program at iba pa. Para sa dagdag na detalye at impormasyon tungkol sa problem gambling, mag-log on sa www.pagcor.ph/regulatory/responsible.ph. Isang paalala mula sa PAGCOR. Game safely, game responsibly.
Come on, let's go to Isuzu Jaguars. You won't regret it. Come on, let's go to Isuzu Jaguars. We've got your back. Isuzu Jaguars, your partner through it all. Isuzu Jaguars, Isuzu Jaguars, Isuzu Jaguars. Let's journey together.
Visit Isuzu Gencars Makati, Isuzu Santa Rosa, Isuzu Batangas Santo Tomas, Isuzu Batangas City, Isuzu San Pablo, Isuzu Legazpi, and Isuzu Naga.
Papalakas ng papalakas, palinaw ng palinaw. Mga balita at impormasyong naiintindihan dahil malinaw mong nalaman. Tutok lang sa DWIZ. Mula umaga hanggang gabi. Updated on air and online. DWIZ. Nagbabalita ng tama. Naglilingkod ng tama.
Ang balitang ito ay hatid sa inyo ng Petron. Petron knows you deserve only the best.
Latest, pinakabago at tama. DWIZ News Catch Up. News Catch Up.
Pilipinas, narito na ang mga tamang balita sa oras na ito. Pamahalaan, magdaragdag ng 6 pang migrant workers offices ng Pilipinas sa iba't ibang bahagi ng mundo. Ang detalye ng balita mula kay Patrol 13, Gilbert Perdez.
Hindi raw bababa sa 6 na migrant workers offices ang target itayo ng DMW, Department of Migrant Workers, sa iba't ibang panig ng mundo upang mailapit sa mga OFW ang serbisyo ng gobyerno. Sa bagong Pilipinas ngayon, sinabi ni DMW Secretary Hans Leo Kakdak na kung pahihintulutan ng budget, posibleng may akyat pa sa 8 at 10 ang opisinang may tatayo ng gobyerno para umalalay sa ating mga kababayan sa ibang bansa. Sa kasalukuyan, nasa 41 na mga migrant offices na ang Pilipinas na nakakalat sa buong mundo. Kaugnay nito, sinabi ng kalihim na dito raw sa Pilipinas, mas palalakasin pa nila ang regulasyon para naman sa accommodation facilities ng mga recruitment agency. Sisiguraduhin daw nila na makatawat above standard ang kalidad ng mga accommodation na iaalok sa mga OFW. Patrol 13, Gilbert Perdes para sa Himpilang May Todong Lakas, DWIZ, nagbabalita ng tama, naglilingkod ng tama.
DWIZ News Catch Up. News Catch Up.
Kampo ni VP Sara, panic mode sa napipintong impeachment trial. Ang detalye mula kay Patrol 30, Jelly Mendez.
Naniniwala si Angko Bicol Party Representative Jill Bongolon na panic mode na ang kampo ni Vice President Sara Duterte sa napipintong impeachment trial. Ayon kay Congressman Bongolon na isang desperadong hakbang at publicity stunt ang pagtatangka ng kampo ni Vice Presidente nang harangin sa Suprema ang pag-usad ng impeachment case. Tiniyak ni Bongolon na ang impeachment complaint laban kay Duterte na inihaing 2 linggo na ang nakalilipas ay nakasunod sa lahat ng mga constitutional requirements para sa paglilitis sa Senado. Binigyan din ng kongresista na ang impeachment ay isang prosesong pampolitika at hindi isang prosesong pang-edikatura. At ipinunto rin ng mga batas na gumagamit sa mga taktika ang kampo ng mga Duterte upang mantala ang proseso at mapigilan sa Senado ang pagsasagawa ng paglilitis. Hinamo naman ng House Impeachment Prosecutor ang kampo ng Camilo Duterte na itigil ng ang takbo at direktang harapin ang mga akusasyon laban sa kanya. Mula sa mababang kapulungan ng Kongreso, ito si Patrol 30. Jelly Mendez Laguna para sa Himpilang May Totong Lakas na DWIZ. Nagbabalita ng tama, naglilingkod ng tama.
DWIZ News Catch Up. News Catch Up.
At iyan ang mga tamang balita sa mga oras na ito. Mag-follow at subscribe sa lahat ng DWIZ News digital channels, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, X, DWIZ News app at DWIZ News website. Ako po si Guia Rafael, nagbabalita ng tama, naglilingkod ng tama.
Oras-oras nagbabalita ng tama, naglilingkod ng tama. DWIZ News Catch Up. News Catch Up.
Ang balitang ito ay inihatid sa inyo ng Petron. Petron knows you deserve only the best.
Ang oras, 5:24 ng hapon.
Oras, hatid sa inyo ng Pagcor.
That time check was brought to you by MX3.
MX3. Dito ako believe.
That time check was brought to you by Bingo Plus. Download Bingo Plus app now in Google Play and App Store for a chance to win up to 154 million pesos of jackpot prize. Visit bingoplus.com to learn more. With Bingo Plus, bingo sa saya plus sa panalo.
Oras, hatid sa inyo ng Pagcor.
DWIZ.
Si Miss Loli Acosta, Sulong na Bayan sa DWIZ 882.
All right, we're back in our segment for envoys and entrepreneurs. Now, we were again asking our honorary consul to Finland, no less than Consul Tony Peralta, if there is such a thing or a strong Finnish presence in the Philippines.
Well, the way I would put it, it is not really in the scale of the presence of other foreign nationals here, but it's a growing community, especially here in Manila and also in Cebu. In Davao, they are coming. It's not yet so many, but there's already interest, growing interest from the people I've been speaking with in the European Chamber. No? So it's just only a matter of time. No? You can see HN that you have a lot of industries here like Nokia. Nokia is a
That's
well-known name here.
I used to have that. Yan
Nokia
lahat ng-
phones in the
Right.
90s, the late, in the early 2000s, were really lording it over in terms of market share here. Of course, there are also other
industries.
technologies that Finland has really been successful in. One of them,
What
I
is it?
mentioned already,
Okay.
education was
Right.
one. The other one is the advocacies of Finland really move in the field of renewable energy.
Solar and all.
And they had the
What
very...
about healthcare?
Healthcare is also one, but that is where the complementation between the Philippines and Finland can come in.
Yeah.
And that is the provision of, I would say, healthcare assistance coming from our caregivers, from our nurses, and one day soon, hopefully doctors.
Doctors. And of course, our hospitals, if we need to rehab our hospitals for maybe improve the services, Finland has the
Finland
expertise.
has invested a lot in its healthcare. It's one of the best healthcare systems in the world.
Okay.
So it is something that Finland is proud about, the way they have managed their economy. Mind you, Finland wasn't that rich 50 years ago.
Oh wow.
It was.
How did it really become flourish?
It was a poor country, as what the
That's
former
right.
ambassador told me. Gave me a little bit of history of what Finland was. And it was able to improve
Progress and improve.
grow over time because of
What was the secret now?
discipline.
Oh, okay. That was
It's
exactly
cultural.
what... Right.
Cultural aspect of it is really anchored on discipline.
Sabi nga nila in Tagalog, if I may say this, sa ikaunlad ng bayan, disiplinang kailangan.
Or
In fact-
bisikleta.
Bisikleta daw sabi. In fact, sabi yan ni actually kahapon, I have to echo it kasi sabi ni former Finance Secretary Gary Teves, yan lang, Loli, ang bottom line, disiplina.
Yes.
Simply
I agree with
simply
you.
put. So ganun ang Finland. That's why they
Yes.
flourish and now they're so progressive. From a poor country, can you imagine?
Yeah.
Develop sila.
Yeah, they're very
They have
much
good
advanced now.
education in advance.
Advanced, and they were able, discipline also requires that they are able to enforce a good savings habit of being careful with the resources, with the money
Right,
that they have.
savings. Yan din naman ang sinabi ni Finance Secretary. Dapat nag-iimpok. Kasi ang kultura daw natin, splurge, kita tomorrow, pauper ka the next day.
Yes.
Mayaman ka mamaya wala ka ng pera. Kasi, gastos. So you're saying, Consul Tony, na ang Finnish people or Finnish nationals,
Yes.
they know how to save.
Yes,
Siguro.
the savings habit is really one of the best that I've ever seen. I've worked in different countries, but the way they look at life, and yet the country enjoys another very good aspect, and they're considered as the world's happiest people.
Happiest people nga eh.
You know, the
You beat
happier-
me
I
on
thought-
that. Yun ang tatanong ko sa'yo mamaya eh. Hold natin ng
sige,
konti.
hold natin.
Okay. Going back to another question. How long has Finland and the Philippines ba established their diplomatic relations?
They opened the embassy in Manila in 2019. I believe it was November or December 2019.
Okay.
And then, but everybody knew after March, the pandemic hit us all.
2020.
And that was all, they still went on, they were present here. So in 2022, they started reaching out to the provinces, no? And more or less we were officially opened in September of 2022. Before that,
Barely
it was
five.
with Cebu. Naunang Cebu.
Okay, then
Davao.
Davao. What are their interests ba?
Varied. Finland is a country where there is a lot of technology that could be harnessed for the development of this country. A lot of good business practices that they really
Yun gusto ko.
undertake.
Kasi we were brought up, I don't know. It's my personal. When you study, okay, after studying really good, you go abroad or go overseas and work there. Yung business, hindi tinuro, hindi katulad sa mga Chinese, bata pa lang, after you graduate, eto na, you can own your own business,
Yeah,
kasi
yeah.
kanting hardware and bato.
It's cultural more
So,
than
sa
that. It's
Finland.
really cultural than anything else that I've seen.
Okay.
Uh,
It's a business.
I guess maybe because we have been accustomed to exposures to the Spanish, then the Chinese, then we have the exposures to the Americans, then to the Japanese. So I mean, a lot of these cultural influences somehow, crisscross. And when you have chop suey,
You just have to
imagine that kind of a culture, no? Mabuti na
wala kang ma-accomplish. Chop suey.
you can't really go far with that.
So you're saying
you
dapat
must maintain a strong focus.
focus.
Focus, hindi yung tignan mo na lang. Every time
Parang you
there
go
is,
with the flow.
Yes. There are changes in the environment.
Sige na.
Then you need to change the programs right away. Unlike Indonesia, unlike Malaysia, our neighbors. No. There's a 5-year plan. We follow that 5-year plan through. Well, hindi lang binabago yan.
Hindi pa ba?
Dahil lang napag-usapan yan, they believe that given this, they're able to progress in a better stead.
Right. So back to discipline din yan eh.
Yes.
Kasi wala kang focus. Ano po ba ang current advocacies ngayon ng Finland?
The current advocacies of Finland is the promotion of educational partnerships
Yan.
between its schools and schools around the world. But now in the Philippines, it's basically schools here in Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. The promotion of renewable energy
Yan.
for industries and for businesses to use and to look at the energy model that Finland has had.
What do they have? Itong
Well,
model energy. Education.
Finland, if you look at its location, its biggest neighbor is Russia.
Okay. Katabi.
Okay. So, because of strategic implications and all, and there was a time that they were really also getting into importing energy from Russia because of the tensions in Ukraine. That eventually...
Still going on, by the way.
Yes, it's still going on, but at the same time, Finland was able to prepare itself.
Equipped.
Because over the years, what they have done was invest a little here and there until
Slowly but
the
surely.
renewable energy aspect of it.
Realized.
Oh, yes.
May
That was-
foresight sila. Ang laki.
you know that their
Imagine.
energy dependence on the outside world is, I believe, it's between 12 to 15% lang.
Oh.
So about 85% or 87% of that is really generated from solar panels that they have, wind farms.
Wind. Oo, wind.
Oh, and they also
energy.
they have utilized even all the energy aspect. They have a large forest land, so all these forests have their pit.
Laki niyan.
You know, there are pit that you can find in the ground, and once this pit is converted into energy, it is also another cheap form of energy. And the nice thing about it, they really advocate clean energy.
Yan.
So doon mo makikita yung advantage of having a country like Finland, and
Very
knowing
disciplined.
and understanding where they really succeeded and where they also had challenges. No?
What are that? Some of the challenges.
You know, part of the challenge in designing perhaps solar panels is that a long time ago, It
Wala
was so
tayo niyan.
expensive.
Right.
Very expensive to really buy a
Parang
solar
impossible.
panel. But now it's affordable because of technology. They were able to find ways and means to use different materials to make their products much more
Affordable.
competitive and affordable.
Right.
So
Galing
that's
sila.
those are things that innovations that I think that the Philippines can learn from. No? And the other aspect of it also is the aspect of a circular economy.
Okay, that sounds new to me. What is solar? I'm sorry.
Circular.
Circular.
Just
Economy.
imagine a circle, no? So
Circle.
from the time that you plant a seed
Okay.
to the time that you see this being grown into a plant and you harvest
Nurture.
it, and then once you harvest it, it gets sold to the market, and then from the markets, consumer, then you start planting again. So in between, there
Circular.
are instances where there is waste, like farm waste.
Yes.
In our
What do
case,
you do?
it is rice.
Oh,
So yung rice hull, that is the waste extract from your planting rice, is sometimes being burnt
Still-
in the open field.
okay. Is that healthy? Is that toxic?
Well, it does contribute to greenhouse gas.
Okay.
So, but I've seen models here that have really,
We should adapt that.
push this. What they do now is the conversion of this rice hull waste into carbon-based inputs, no? So that is yung rice hull, convert yan into biochar. Biochar is converted into a carbon-based input na hinahaluan ng mga ibang farm waste.
Okay.
And that qualifies for soil conditioners.
For fertilizer maybe.
Fertilizer, yeah.
So that's still useful.
Useful. Umiikot lang
ikot
siya.
lang.
That's
Kaya
why it's a circular. Yes.
Oh, wow.
So if we have more of that, then that will really help in terms of making your farms more efficient. And at the same time, over
Dapat
the long
ma-introduce
term,
na yan dito sa atin.
Huh?
Dapat we can do that now.
the farmers in Caraga are doing this already.
Okay, that's good to
They
hear.
are doing that already, and they are doing that under different donors, no? So who have helped them, and they're fairly successful. There's interest in that also. Believe it or not, the demand for biochar is so big.
Oo, big. Napakalaki.
Kasi ginagamit rin yan ng mga cement companies.
Also, mga
to
manufacturers.
fire up their machineries, no? At the same time, advocating also clean energy, hindi na
Hindi
fuel-based.
na fuel-based. Hindi na siya toxic.
Hindi na siya toxic.
Oo,
Yes.
see, that's something new. Any circular economy, can we adapt that?
Of course we can.
Yeah.
It's a question of really understanding
How
yung production
it is.
process mo.
The
yung
farmers
production
lalo na
mo,
po.
Markets. Yes.
Kasi nga, grabe, the farmers are aching. They keep saying, we can't do this, we can't do that. There's like a broker muna before we really earn. Kung sila kaya ang ini-educate na natin diretso, so they would understand
Yes.
na ito na pala yung pwedeng gawin. We don't have to hire somebody else. So, sila rin mismo will flourish. Okay, next question po is, has there been ministerial visits of Finnish ministers to the Philippines?
Yes.
But before you answer that, we have to pause for another break.
Si Miss Loli Acosta, Sulong na Bayan sa DWIZ 882. Panatilihing masaya ang paglilibang. Magtakda na oras at limitahan ang gastos sa paglalaro. Huwag magsugal kung nalulungkot. Huwag hayaang makasira ng buhay at pamilya. Para sa impormasyon ukol sa responsible gaming, tumawag lamang sa hotline number 02-8404-0171 o bisitahin ang www.casinofilipino.ph. Isang mensahe mula sa PAGCOR. Gambling is for 21 years old and above only. Keep it fun. Game responsibly.
Adik ka na ba sa sugal? Lagi ka bang nakakaramdam na matinding udyok na magsugal? Laging gigil na makabawi sa pagkatalo? Naglalaan ka ba ng mas malaking oras at salapi para sa sugal sa halip na para sa pamilya? Nababaon ka na ba sa utang at nagbebenta ng mga ari-arian dahil sa pagsusugal? Kung kailangan mo ng tulong o maging ang isang mahal mo sa buhay, may mga programa ang Philippine Amusement and Gaming Corporation o PAGCOR tulad ng Player Exclusion Program at iba pa. Para sa dagdag na detalye at impormasyon tungkol sa problem gambling, mag-log on sa www.pagcor.ph/regulatory/responsible.ph. Isang paalala mula sa PAGCOR. Game safely, game responsibly.
What's up, Pilipinas? What's up, Pilipino? Sana diretso ang araw mo na payapa, tahimik at maunlad. Tara, sali ka na sa programang may usapang pangkapayapaan, usapang pangkaunlaran sa Up Pilipinas. Usapang pangkapayapaan, usapang pangkaunlaran Pilipinas. Kasali ang lahat sa kwentuhang pambayan. Live na live sa DWIZ Manila. Live din sa Aliw 23 Free TV. At pwedeng i-follow sa lahat ng DWIZ Facebook, YouTube. At pwede ring mapanood sa DWIZ News app. Kasama si retired Brigadier General Jerry Zamudio at ang batikang broadcaster na sina Andy Vital at Emil Carion. Up Pilipinas. Usapang pangkapayapaan. Usapang pangkaunlaran Pilipinas. Tuwing Tuesday to Friday, 7 p.m. Ang mga malalaking mga balita, ang mga matitinding mga pinag-uusapan, ang mga maiinit at pinagtatalunang mga issue. Lahat hagip, lahat malalaman. Hindi lang sa buong Metro at Mega Manila. Kasama na ang buong Pilipinas. Hahagupit na ang mga malalaking issue sa Ronda Pilipinas. Live na live sa DWIZ AM Metro at Mega Manila. Naka-live din sa DWIZ News FM Regional Stations. Naka-live din sa Radyo Ronda AM Radio sa Pilipinas. Live ding mapapanood sa Aliw 23 Free TV. At naka-live din sa lahat ng DWIZ Digital News accounts, Facebook, YouTube at DWIZ News website. Ronda Pilipinas. Wala nang mahuhuli sa balita. Wala nang maiiwanang issue na hindi mo alam. Ngayon, updated ka na sa Ronda Pilipinas. Kasama si Dennis Antenor Jr. Ronda Pilipinas. Monday to Friday, 10 a.m.
Karambola nationwide na! Napapakinggan na sa iba't ibang bahagi ng bansa ang programang siksik sa matalino at makabuluhang talakayan. Kasama ang mga host ng programa na sina Conrad Banal, Jonathan De La Cruz. Karambola nationwide na! Pilipinas, ngayon na! Pinangungunahan ni dating Press Undersecretary Robert T. Rivera at ni Lady Eliza, winner of the 2022 Radio and Online Host of the Year Award mula sa Asia Pacific Luminaire Awards sa kanilang segment na Oh My Arms, It's Culture, Health and Wellness, Business at iba pa. At ng Bravo Filipino Awards as the most stylish teleradyo team tuwing Lunes at Miyerkules, alas 2 hanggang alas 3 ng hapon. Pilipinas, ngayon na!
Sinulo, ati-atihan, pahiyas, higantes, bangus, festival, dinagyang, ang fiesta, selebrasyon ng lahat ng Pilipino na bahagi na ng ating kultura sa lahat ng bahagi ng ating bayan. Sama-sama ang mga Pinoy kahit ang nasa ibang bansa. Umuuwi kasi fiesta. Sasabayan kayo sa saya, sasabayan kayo sa galak ng buong Aliw Broadcasting Corporation sa Fiesta Pilipinas. Abangan ang lahat ng balita, mga ganap na dapat malaman mo. Watch, listen, and follow ng mga latest na balita sa mga ingranding pagtitipon sa DWIZ News Metro and Mega Manila. Sa lahat ng DWIZ News FM Regional, Radyo Ronda AM Network, Home Radio 97.9 at panoorin syempre sa Aliw Channel 23. Posted din syempre sa lahat ng online accounts namin. Fiesta Pilipinas, hindi lang masaya, fiesta! Dahil ang dating ng DWIZ ay nationwide. Kailangan mabalitaan mo ang mga nagbabagang balita saan man ito sa Pilipinas. Hatid ng buong puwersa ng DWIZ News Gathering Team. Hatid ang programang magbibigay ng tamang impormasyon na galing sa lahat ng region sa buong bayan. DWIZ Network News. Bida ang lahat ng DWIZ regional stations at lahat ng news correspondents sa lahat ng lugar sa bayan. Kasama sina Angelo Bainio at Maine Barreto. Naka-live sa DWIZ Manila at lahat ng DWIZ regional stations sa buong Pilipinas. Mapapanood din sa Aliw Channel 23 at lahat ng DWIZ digital channels, Facebook, YouTube at DWIZ News website Monday to Friday 1 p.m. DWIZ Network News. Ito na ang makabagong paraan ng pagbibigay ng impormasyon. Ito na ang makabagong paraan para ibigay ang ibang anggulo. Ito na ang makabago at mabilisang paraan ng pagbibigay ng opinyon. Kakaiba at nakasabay sa panahon mula sa mga nagbibigay ng tamang balita at tamang impormasyon. Ipinagmamalaking ibalik ng Aliw Broadcasting Corporation ang siyasat. DWIZ Investigative Reports. Panoorin, pakinggan at i-follow ng live. DWIZ AM Metro at Mega Manila. DWIZ News FM Regional Stations. Radyo Ronda AM Network. At watch it live sa Free TV. Aliw Channel 23. At lahat ng reports nakapost online. DWIZ News, Facebook, YouTube at NDWIZ TikTok accounts. Siyasat DWIZ Investigative Reports. Ibabalita ang tama. Ipaglilingkod ang tama.
Nahihirapan ka ba ngayon sa buhay? Pera-pera lang yan. Hindi mo ba mabili ang mga gusto mong bilhin ngayon? Pera-pera lang yan. Kung may lumapit sa'yo at di mo natulungan dahil wala kang maibigay at talagang gustong-gusto mo sanang tulungan, wala kang nagawa. Pera-pera lang yan. Programang magbabago at magpapaangat ng buhay pinansyal mo at mga tips na makabago na sure na makakatulong sa'yo.
DWIZ Pera-pera lang yan. Kasama sina Angelo Bainio at Kim Gomez
At mga ekspertong hindi lang pang social media ang mga advices dahil nag-aral at nagpaka-expert talaga.
DWIZ Pera-pera lang yan sa Aliw Channel 23, DWIZ AM Metro and Mega Manila at sa lahat ng DWIZ News FM regional stations. Hatid na nagbabalita ng tama, naglilingkod ng tama. DWIZ. Pagsapit ng alas 12 bago ka mag-lunch
O kaya nagla-lunch ka
dagdagan pa ang mga alam mo
para hindi ka naman huli sa balita.
live sa DWIZ Manila at sa lahat ng DWIZ News FM sa buong Pilipinas, Luzon, Visayas at Mindanao at mapapanood ng live sa Aliw 23 Free TV at sa lahat ng digital channel ng DWIZ. Ang Balitang Bayan. Mga balitang nangyari lang at kasalukuyang nangyayari. Balitang Bayan. Kasama ang opisyal na tagagising ng bayan, si Drew Nasino. Di ka aantukin kapag nalaman mo na ang latest sa Balitang Bayan. Sa patuloy na pagbabalita ng tama at paglilingkod ng tama. Balitang Bayan. Araw-araw, 12 noon.
Nakikita pa ba ang pagmamano sa mga Pilipino ngayon, lalo na sa mga kabataan ngayon? Meron siguro, pero yung iba, saan pa? Huwag sanang mawala ang tradisyong ito na nagpapakita ng paggalang sa nakatatanda. Atin ito, Pinoy ito. Kapag nakakita ng kabataan, paalalahanan at tanungin, nagmano ka na ba?
Isang paalaala para walang makalimot. Hatid ng ALC Group of Companies, Aliw Broadcasting Corporation, Station DWIZ News Nationwide, DWIZ News FM Regional Group, Home Radio 97.9, Aliw Channel 23, City State Properties and Management Corporation, Vista Hotel, Manila Grand Opera, City State Tower Hotel, City State Asturias Hotel Palawan, Eternal Gardens, Eternal Plans, Eternal Crematory Corporation, Eternal Plans, Mortuary and Chapel Services, Asian Security Services, and Investigation Agency, Eastern Defender Security and Services Inc. At ng Red Falcon Detective Agency Inc.
Si Miss Loli Acosta, Sulong na Bayan sa DWIZ 882.
Alright, nagbabalik po muli ang ating programang Sulong na Bayan. Nako, pasulong na po ang bayan kasi napakarami ng wealth of experience and insights na pinagkakalob sa atin na ating panauhin, no less than the Honorary Consul to Finland, Sir Anthony Peralta. May hanging question tayo po kanina. Meron na po bang mga bumibisita ngayon, Consul Tony, na mga ministerial visits na matatawag sa atin dito sa Philippines?
Yes, we have had some visits already. The most senior of all is the visit of Minister Tavio. He is the Minister of Trade, and his visit here signals already the interest of Finnish companies in the Philippines. Together with him, were members of an entity called Business Finland.
Wow.
The way they term it. Actually,
Business, right.
Some of them come from the Department of Trade nila.
Business.
Part ng DTI natin.
Okay. Business
But
Finland.
Business Finland, or
Ganda.
sometimes they call themselves Team Finland.
Okay.
So they really coordinate a lot of these activities, and it's really impressive the way they have really been pursuing their visits here. So with that
When was the
visit,
last? Sino ba yung huling
the last
dumating?
visit was not done by a
Not Minister
senior
Tavio.
minister, but trade delegations na that followed.
Delegation na.
So the
Malaki
last
na.
one was only held last week.
That recent.
Yes.
What did they do? What was accomplished?
It's more of and an MOU was signed on labor mobility.
Okay. What does that mean? Paki-expand po.
Yung labor mobility
MOU.
will allow the entry of Filipino workers in Finland.
Finland. Labor mobility.
And much has been discussed about the kind of requirements that Finland has. And the Finland or the Finnish government has shown interest in 3 countries. No, that's Korea,
Okay.
Vietnam, and the Philippines.
So we're so blessed. Kasali tayo.
So the inclusion of the Philippines is also
Dahil sa
because
inyo,
of the very
sa inyo
diverse.
siguro.
No,
you've been coordinating with them and
well,
telling what the Philippines can offer, na-impress. And then now they have a delegation who visited just last week.
Well,
follow through.
Actually, they've had advanced missions here. Their embassies during the time of Ambassador Yuha has been very active in visiting the BARM area. So that's
Mindanao.
your Bangsamoro Autonomous Region of Muslim Mindanao.
The BARM. Incidentally, there's celebrating their 6th anniversary ang Bangsamoro. I'll be there tomorrow. And
Congratulations.
See you guys. Congratulations po, Chief Minister Ahod Ibrahim. Okay, you were saying mobility, labor mobility. How many Filipinos po ba do we have in Finland working as our migrant workers na matatawag?
Well, the numbers are still are changing a lot because we have been looking at some statistics. In last statistics, were only not really that many, about
What kind?
40,000
Okay.
at one time. Then it jumped up to
60 or
70,000.
70.
So I think the numbers will further increase with that.
Lalo na ngayon.
Given this mobility aspect,
MOU.
the MOU signed between the Finnish government and the Department of
Trade.
Migrant Workers.
Right.
no?
Oh, okay.
DMW.
Okay, with the
they signed
Secretary
already
Hans
that.
Katda, okay.
Pati sa department.
What kind of usual trabaho, jobs?
Well,
do they have
the
in
openings, as I see it, is supporting the tourism industry in Finland, and also the health, to a certain extent, education as well.
So,
Yeah.
magaganda ba ang kanilang tourism destinations?
Well, if you are into
Anong
winter
bestseller dyan sa
sports, they have a lot of that. I mean, Finland has been,
Known
a
for that.
sports leader in different sporting events, no?
What's their climate like? Meron ba sila? 4 seasons ba sila?
No, in fact, there are periods where you have total darkness for months. Huh?
Oh, really?
Yes.
How do you handle that? Parang ayaw ko yata ng
You have to really adjust to the.
What do they do if it's like all dark? Can't work?
No, they
May
still
mga
work.
ilaw.
They
Yeah,
still
may ilaw
work.
naman yan.
They try to make the workplaces much more conducive to working. And then, because you cannot be sleeping all the time.
No, syempre you have to work.
So when it comes to
Sanay ka na dun.
sleeping, and also when summer comes, you can see that even their summer, you will see and understand why it's called also the land of the midnight
The
sun.
midnight sun. Oh, okay. That's
because
why it's called pala
I
ganyan.
was there last
The
May.
land of the midnight sun.
Oh, I was there last May, and I was kind of surprised to see at 11:30 in the evening.
Sarado na.
It was like 5 o'clock in the afternoon here. I said, "Oh my
wow.
God, how are we gonna sleep here?" You know.
I know.
Then 3 o'clock, I woke up and I saw it was like almost 6 o'clock in the morning again. Oh my
yeah.
God,
Okay, very quickly before we really end our discussion, why was Finland called happy, happy country?
Well, they.
Kahit may midnight sun or
Well, I
something.
guess it's more of the attitude of its people.
Joyful
making,
sila.
enjoying the most of
They don't
what they
complain?
have. They don't complain.
Wow, yan ang
That
dapat.
is
Yan
the
ang
least that I have seen. I mean, of course, I'm not saying that 100% don't complain. There are still people that.
There are problems.
Generally, people there have a way of addressing
Problems. Right. They handle
take they handle it, and they're more interested in coming up with solutions that would
Right.
benefit a greater
Ayan ang dapat natin i-emulate. We need to resolve. We don't need to whine and complain and all kasi kita mo happy sila, parang satisfied in other words. Give us a 60-second your message of hope to all our Filipinos listening and viewing.
Well, what I really think is important, it's the way we look at ourselves as a people and learning from the experiences of other countries on how they were able to achieve so much and how they were able to develop their place to be enticing for people to even live in. No? So it is my sincere hope that lessons like this would really resonate well in the way we continue to grow as a country. Right now, we're much more as a migrant country, thriving in different parts of the world. But hopefully, one day, there will be that diaspora to come back and really make a difference in the way this country was meant to be.
Thank you so much. As a huge inspirational message for all of us there. That's a challenge, yung diaspora dito naman. But again, siguro we will congratulate Consul Tony for enticing the Finnish nationals to come here and try our country to invest. And syempre, madami pa siya. There's a lot of work to do, but we're with you. Thank you so much as our Consul, Honorary Consul to Finland, Anthony Peralta. And thank you sa ating naging kaagapay, WIZ, Jay, and syempre si Larmaine. At thank you, Mr. Dennis Antonor, for this opportunity, and our Chairman D. Edgar Cabangon. God bless everyone.
Si Miss Loli Acosta, Sulong na Bayan sa DWIZ 882. Ang programang ito ay hatid sa inyo ng Petron. Petron knows you deserve only the best. Ang programang ito ay inihatid sa inyo ng PAGCOR.
This